Joining us now on the Harbor One hotline, Julian Bubs Edelman. It's been a long time since he's been on this program.
Finally.
Well. Good morning.
Was that Gary V you guys just had on? Who was that?
That's an Odyssey Sports Betting Insider. That's Nick Costos.
He sounds like the dude on the internet I always look at on Instagram. I don't know. You probably don't know what Instagram is, Greg. You're kind of older now, so.
Yeah. Why don't you shame me about that on your Twitter feed?
I'm just saying. Are you trying to get a shameless plug already on the Twitter?
No,
I mean, geez. I haven't talked to you in 6 months. You're already asking me to tweet at you. I mean, what's going on? How you been?
You haven't. I don't understand this. Like I've asked you to come on the program. My text messages go unanswered. I don't know what happened between us.
You know, it's tough when you become a dad. You're daddy daycare. You move on. You leave the Boston area for a little while to go hang out with your daughter, and you see these texts for people. And, it's tough. I'm at Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm at Target. I'm grabbing things. There's a lot of stuff you got to do as a retired person.
So there's really no issue. Here I was. I thought there had been a fracture in our relationship.
Nah, there's no issue between us, Greg.
Okay.
Would you like him to stop sharing your voice notes that you sent him?
He shared it?
Oh,
Yeah.
He shares it, I would say once a week we're averaging.
Yeah, but it puts Julian in good light.
Of course.
Yeah, it does.
What did I say last night? I forget what I say on those.
You basically just told Greg how much you love him and, how he really started your career here in New England.
It's true.
I mean, radio-wise, he's a huge part of it. I have to give him that.
Oh,
I mean,
There you
think about where you are now on a network
top of the mountain.
and where you started. So
That's exactly the Greg Hill Show.
You started on the Greg Hill Show. That is correct.
Now he's all over the place.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to business here. There's been a lot of talk about this offense and how it looked in the preseason and whether or not it's going to be a disaster when it comes to Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. And so I'm wondering, as a guy who was here forever, Foxborough forever, if you share that same concern heading into Sunday.
I do. I do share that concern. And it's not a concern, but you're always concerned when you lose your offensive coordinator and there's a new guy coming in, regardless of who it is, with a young quarterback that you have in Mac Jones, who had a successful rookie year. That second year is usually his biggest jump. And when he's got to change, play callers in the middle of it, it wouldn't matter if it was someone else that called offensive plays. It's still gonna be an effect and a learning experience for that relationship between the quarterback and the play caller. We don't know who the play caller is. I think it's going to be a collaborative effort. I think it's going to be Bill, Judge, and Matty P. We all forget that Matty P started on offense. Bill has a thing where he cross coaches, or when coaches are coming in, he'll cross train them. He'll throw a defensive coach on the offensive side and make them learn offensive side of the ball for 4 years, and then he brings them back to defense. So it's not like Matty P has no information or no knowledge of offense. This guy knows football, but it's going to be a huge learning experience, and it's going to have to happen fast. That relationship between whoever's calling plays and your young quarterback that had a successful rookie season that has to build off that to gain and keep his confidence. Didn't look good in the preseason, I'm not going to lie. But it's also fool's gold in the preseason, because a lot of times these coaches, they'll put people in situations that they know they can't succeed, and they want to see how they react. That you see a lot of vanilla coverages of vanilla defense. You're throwing out vanilla concepts on offense because you want to see matchups. Can this guy win on one-on-one? Can this guy do this? So it's a little fool's goalie with the preseason play. I wasn't at practice. I didn't get to see practice a lot. I went to that practice against Las Vegas. It didn't look great. They looked like, they didn't have any juice. But hey, this is going to be a learning experience. We all know that the Patriots, beginning of season, are a much different team than a Patriots, 9-10 weeks down the season, where they get to learn what we do well, what we don't do well. Let's work on this. This first third of the season, no one's going to be who they're going to be in the end of the year, and it's usually the teams that can adjust the quickest and figure out what they do the best are the teams that go on and succeed in the end of the year.
Jules, the one thing that concerns me, because I know I've been in locker rooms before with guys that have been offensive guys their whole career calling plays, and by week 3, I'm like, this is the fool who's calling our offense? So when you look at Matt Patricia, how important is it for him to show those offensive guys that view him as a defensive coach, let's be honest, that view him that way, and say, hey, let's see how he has the rhythm of calling the game, and you feel confident in him as a player, knowing he's going to put the offense in the right situation and prepare us to win football games?
So what's the question there?
The question is, I guess the question is,
that's Wiggy speak.
Yeah, well, when you look at it, do you feel like how this has to be important for him to get out fast so he doesn't lose players don't lose confidence in him?
Yeah, you have. This is the NFL, not for long, and that's for everyone. That's for coaches. That's for players. That's for GMs. It's a production business. We all know that. And if they go out there and like I said, it's going to be a learning experience. This is going to be a learning experience. But if they do go out there and they trick off, and start off, very slow, you don't want to lose that locker room. I've never been in that situation. I've never been in this situation. So this is a new situation for me to even put myself in, because I've never heard of that. This is a little alarming when you hear a defensive coach is going to be calling plays, or, special teams coordinator, head coach is calling plays. Like that's a little alarming. But if anyone can get this and do this, it's Bill Belichick. And I think this has kind of fired him up, probably. This is a new challenge for Coach Belichick. These guys, he's a competitor. He's probably sitting like, F everyone for talking about this. Screw these people. They don't know what they are. And you know how Bill is when he gets in that auditorium. No one knows anything but the men in this room. And that's what they're going to go with. They're going to be a mentally tough team. There's going to be some growing, learning experiences in the beginning part of this season. But, we're forgetting they do have a pretty good run game. The one thing that really scares me is the offense. There's the offensive line coach. Who's the offensive line coach? It's Matty P. But, over the years when they got away from Scarnecchio, Josh McDaniels is he's a pretty smart fellow when it comes to that offensive line. That's a huge. The Patriots offensive line have always been like a well-coached, chemistry-type offensive line that work well together. And when you start seeing that not working, that'll be scary. So that's another concern that I have.
What week would you guess you're back?
What's up?
Which week do you believe you return to the NFL? And obviously, I mean, you're a Foxborough forever guy, so you can't go anywhere else. What week do you?
You know what week I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to next week, because Games with Names has an unbelievable new episode on Tuesday. You guys got to go stream, like, follow, subscribe. And then you know what else is my favorite week? Next week, because it's my first episode of Inside the NFL, streaming on Paramount Plus, of course. So I'm looking forward to those weeks, Greg.
Well, if we're plugging things you're doing, I saw that you're doing.
These are things I'm looking forward to.
You cannot.
Don't put that on me,
Bubs. You can't tease everybody and say I'm working out, I feel real good, I want to play again, and then not tell us something about that.
What do you? I mean, I'm a fit guy.
But you're not really going to like an Orange Theory. You're doing football workouts from what we've heard.
Running routes.
Yeah.
I've ran a couple. I mean, who doesn't like to throw on the old boots and get on a field and catch a couple footballs?
Oh.
I mean, I love doing that. That's why I love this. I love this game.
All right, let me just ask it. Let me just clear this part up. If you were ever to come back, can you imagine yourself playing anywhere else other than here as a Foxborough Forever guy?
I honestly, realistically, no. I can't see myself playing anywhere else.
Okay.
It's, that's how I feel right now.
Okay. All right.
Right now.
Well, something was telling to me because I thought for sure you were going to come back at the beginning of this week. I think that was one of my leads. But then I've seen you all over Twitter, all over Instagram, and placing bets on this upcoming season. I think you're betting the over for Patriots at 8.5. So to me, if you're placing bets, you can't come back this season.
Well, he can. Of course he can.
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm league right now.
Uh-oh. He's being scrambled.
Still got the Bill
Bill
phone.
is scrambling him.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay, we got you back.
I'm technically not employed by the league right now.
Correct.
So,
But would that impact your future employment?
In a court of law with Goodell, I don't know if I'd win that one.
No, you ain't winning that one, man.
Wiggy has a lawyer you can call. He told us yesterday.
Ain't nobody beating Goodell.
How much you're taking the Pats the over 8.5? You're taking the over on wins. How much are you betting?
It's a good amount, Greg.
He lost 100 racks last year. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm new to this gamble thing. I'm new to this game. It's very fun when it's done responsibly, of course. Having a little skin in the game on win bet, of course.
Yeah.
It's always fun. It keeps you in the game, and these fantasy things. I don't know. Like, it's a lot of money. It's like 20 racks or something, Greg. I don't know. It's
20,
a lot of money.
20. So 20 grand, 25 grand.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. All right. That makes me feel good.
I like, you don't throw your eggs out on the screen.
I like
Come on,
that.
dude.
I saw your early Super Bowl picks were Bills over the Bucks. You feel really good about them after last night?
I do. I mean, I bet against them last night. I thought it was, disrespectful. They're lowering the banner in Los Angeles. They're looking at the rings. Every time, I played in a banner dropping game. We usually went out with, fire. We went out there like we're going to kill everyone. And that wasn't the case. The Buffalo Bills looked really good. They had four turnovers. They had 4 turnovers, and they still scored 31 points and controlled that game. Very concerning for the Rams. I'm very concerned for the Rams. The elbow of Matt Stafford, is there something wrong with it? Because he sailed a lot of those throws. When you have those elbows, you drop that elbow, usually you're sailing throws. So is there something wrong with him? There was no fluidity at that offense at all. Robinson, they signed him. I thought that was going to be a great signing. He had 1 target in the 4th quarter. There's a lot of concerns, especially with the Rams, when you have the target on your back now. You're America's most wanted when you're the Super Bowl champs. Everyone's sizing themselves up against you. They're going to get everyone's best this year. That's the tough thing about when you win a Super Bowl and you go out the next year. So, yes, I like my Buffalo pick. I just get a little scared when people overhype people. That's the only thing that scares me. They got to stay healthy. I didn't like seeing Josh Allen running around as much as he did. And I know that's a part of his game. I know he's a gunslinging guy that likes to get out and lower his shoulder. But I've seen him get knocked out before firsthand when Jay Jones, when he's shrugging a guy off, all spinning, and John Jones came in and lit him up. It's the second and third guys in those piles that scare you. He's so damn strong. He's gonna throw those other guys off. But he looked very sharp. He had 2 interceptions, but I mean it didn't mean anything really. You got to have something to work on, and they're going to be a good football team if they stay healthy. Von Miller, the signing of Von Miller, that looks like it's going to work out. That offense, Phillips looked really good. on the defensive line for the Buffalo Bills. They look good at their defense. Leslie Frazier's got that defense playing. Everyone on every level. Defensive line look really good. Their linebackers, Milano and Edwards, are really good. Edwards sideline to sideline's a fast linebacker. Their secondary, Poyer and Hyde. Poyer had his pick. They're going to have that defense in check at all times. They were always a well-coached, fundamentally sound defense. They look good. And that offense, I mean, they got a lot of weapons. Gabriel, he's looking good, fast. Diggs, you can't even talk too much about it. The guy had 8 catches, 122 for a tud. They got that new little McKenzie kid who's going to look like he's going to take that Beasley role. They're stacked. That's a stacked team. But the thing is, you start running that quarterback, I don't care how big and how fast you are, you're getting tattooed. And did you see the look in the guys in their eyes and how fast and aggressive the defense was going at Josh Allen when he was getting outside of that pocket? They were trying to murder him. They were trying to, that's what's going to happen. So I just hope he stays healthy. If they stay healthy, they're going to have an opportunity.
Julian, you had been on social media seeing if Tom would come on your new podcast, saying he hadn't gotten back to you. I'm wondering if in the last month or so he's had more time to spend with you, and maybe if you guys have been chatting it up at all about your plans this season.
He's been kind of busy. I've kind of let him do his own thing, so if he's listening to this, which I know he's a listener of the Greg Hill Show. I mean, we used to talk about it all the time. So I hope if you're not busy doing things, he can hop on my show. Yeah. Games with Names.
How's it feel?
How's what feel?
Somebody doesn't get back to you. Send him a text message.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah. Kind of hurts a little bit.
Makes you want them more, Greg. It's the old game.
It's cat and mouse.
Okay, it's cat and
I
mouse.
get my boots out, lace them up a little bit, go back with Jules on a package deal. Trying to get fit now.
We got to get you on Games with Names.
Let's do it. I already followed you guys.
Hey, and also, you're going to be on A Football Life, right? Congrats on that.
Thank you. That was fun. It's pretty crazy. I've been watching those for a long time, and to be asked to have one, that was pretty cool and humbling, and it's going to be pretty fun. I haven't seen it. We'll see what they do with it. This is their production, so hopefully they make it look good.
Is Frank in it a lot?
Yeah, Frank's in it.
We used to, on the old show, we used to do Frank Talk, which is when Julian would share some of the inspirational words that his father would share with him. Do you have any for us before you go?
Grow when you rot there.
Huh?
When you grow when you ripe your rot, Greg Hill. So we're on the learning plan. We're always learning. We're always trying to grow.
Okay.
And now he can use those quotes for his own daughter.
Yes.
Oh, my God, I know. Dude, she started kindergarten this year. And, I'm taking her to, tennis. She had tennis lessons. She got, soccer and gymnastics. And it's in my blood. It's in my blood to sit there and watch my kid, competing or learning or doing something. I sometimes I have these thoughts of what my dad used to say to me. I can't even say it to her. It's 2022. I'm like, I'm like, she's only 5.
Well, keep her in sports because college is expensive.
What are we doing? You look like a bunch of pack of bees out here. Let's stick in the offense, Lily. Stick in the offense.
Hey, one quick one, Julian. What did you think when Jonnu Smith got $7.2 million guaranteed and you had to fight and claw for 6?
I think I got a 9. I got a 9.
Okay, good.
Right. Now, you know what? This league with the TV contracts, you like seeing guys get paid, and it's always like that. I remember when one of my first bigger contracts, there was probably older guys that were out of the league or just got out of the league saying this guy's getting that. That's the evolution of the game. This game's so big, and the ratings are so big. You always want to see guys get paid as an old player. I don't want to be that old guy like this guy's making that. Well, we all could say that.
Come on, Jules. Let's be honest. I'm like, God damn. I wish I was born like 10 or 15 years later. Man, these dudes making bread like that. I led the team in reception
Tyreek
2
Hill.
years in a row, and they didn't even want to give me $50.
Happy with mine.
God damn.
It's not what you make, Wiggy. It's what you save. That's what my dad would say.
That's a Foxborough forever guy.
The more you make, the more you can save.
Exactly.
It's great having you on. Now that we've kind of broken the ice, maybe we'll reach out and get you on throughout the season every once in a while. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, Greg. Just can you be sure? Just instead of contacting me, can you contact my people?
Yeah, I'll do that. Just would it be okay if I just like sent like a random like a hello text or how you doing, Bubs, or something like that? Would that be all right?
Yeah, I got more. We got I got Excel spreadsheets. I got emails. I mean, I'm in the real world now.
I understand. All right.
New phone. Who this?
Well, we'll let.
It's a full-time job to be an NFL analyst. Okay, it's a full-time job.
Wiggy doesn't look at it that way.
Hell no.
Well, he's also being a gymnastics dad, so that's a lot.
Plus, they don't pay.
They had tennis, and right now there's a heat wave out there in L.A. These poor little girls, 5 years old. It's like 107 degrees. They're on this asphalt. I'm sitting here, and you have to have a water break like every 2 minutes. I'm sitting here like, can we stop with the water breaks? We're spending money for these lessons. Like, let's get some learning going. We got people talking to the kids, in between reps. I'm like, can we get single file line? What are we doing? Let's go. Get these kids in shape.
Jules like Serena and Venus dad out there.
I mean, why are we? They're kids. They don't need water yet.
All right. Well, we'll see you back here around about week 12. And until then,
enjoy inside the NFL.
Yes.
Well, enjoy inside the NFL. And we'll give you time to go place that $20,000 or $25,000 bet at WinBet. All right.
On WinBet, of course, though. You know that, right?
Yes, WinBet. That's where you bet is WinBet. And that's where, if you like Julian Edelman, that's where you should bet.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Thanks for joining us.
Bet. Like, you're going to win.
Okay.
That's called marketing right there.
Julian Edelman. Always great to have you on.
Send some shirts.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Send you guys a couple.
What's that?
What are you, like a 4X?
No, I told you, I'm dusting off the boots, so I'm like a 2X.
Slim down. You're like an XL now.
No, I'm not quite there yet, so 2X will do good.
2X. All right, Greg, I'll put you down for 4.
Okay.
See, the fat shaming, honestly, it's bullying.
I'm not. No, hey, what?
You fat shamed me. You showed a picture of some Buffalo Bills fan and said it was me.
What are you talking about? It looks like you.
It didn't look anything like me.
I was you.
And the whole world of Twitter saw it. I mean,
It got you to get a trainer, so it
There you go.
works.
Yeah, it did work. Yeah, I guess it did work.
Hey, sometimes tough love is the way to do it. Okay?
All right.
I know we've softened up.
We love having you on. Thanks, and we'll talk to you again soon. All right.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right. There he is, Julian Edelman.